Welcome to Tier List Maker, the series in which all sports culture is going to break down a position group in any sport and place each player into individual tiers on how they feel about them. The tiers are going to be best of the best, which means you're the best of the best, elite, good, solid, which means you're a competent starter, average, which means, you're alright, but you really shouldn't be the face of the franchise, below average, bad, and then unproven. If you enjoy this series, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to All Sports Culture on YouTube. Let's get right into it. Alright, so starting off, we have Aaron Rodgers, and I'm putting Aaron Rodgers in elite. This isn't really a debate for me. Doesn't make mistakes, he rarely does. He still's got the talent. He may have lost his mobility and his arm a tad. He throws it away a bit too much, but he is one of the smartest in the game, and that's no question. He's definitely a top 5 quarterback in my book. He's elite. Andy Dalton. So I'm going to put Andy Dalton in average. I think if you have Andy Dalton starting for a couple of games, you're not screwed. That's why I really liked the signing for Dallas. Is he someone you want to lead your franchise now? Because he was good during the 2010s with the Bengals because they made the playoffs a couple times. But now do you want him as your starting quarterback? No. But is he a really good backup? Definitely. Baker Mayfield. This one's interesting because I think Baker's very talented. I think he's got a ton of potential, but 2019 wasn't good. And that's because of a lot of things. His offensive line was god-awful, and then his coaching situation wasn't the best. For right now, I'm going to put Baker in solid, teetering towards average, but I'm going to put him in solid right now. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do think if he sucks in Stefanski's offense, that he's on a very short leash because that offense really plays to his strengths. So if he fails again, there's really no excuse. Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger's going in good. Now, you could make the argument that he should go in solid. I totally understand that because he's been injured and we really don't know how he's going to come back. Totally get it. But from what we know of him, he's a good starting quarterback. He's done it for over a decade now, nearly 2. And he's just one of the best in the league when healthy. Brian Hoyer is going in below average. Over the course of time, you don't want him playing many games for you. So next we have Cam Newton. And this one's a little interesting because he just got signed by the Patriots. And I think he's going to do great in the McDaniel system. Now the thing is, if we're talking Cam Newton as of late, he's down here. Maybe here because of how smart he is. But based on his talent level and his statistics, he's down here. But I'm going to say he's solid. If he's healthy, he's up here. But right now, I'm going to be fair and put him in solid. But if he's bad again, I'm not going to say that he doesn't deserve to be down here. But I'm going to put him here because of his injuries. If I'm going to put Ben in good for his injuries, I'm going to put Cam in solid. Carson Wentz. Ooh. This one's tough. See, I don't throw the word elite around lightly. I'm going to put Wentz in good. And I'm a big Carson Wentz guy. I like him more than Dak, and I know that's a big debate, but we haven't really seen him in the postseason. And I really value postseason success for these guys. And Wentz has just been hurt. I think he definitely could be up in elite if he actually played in the playoffs. I think the Eagles win that game against Seattle if he plays. He didn't. He got hurt. So I'm just going to put him in good because of his injuries. He could be up in elite, though, if he actually gets to the postseason and plays some games. Do I think the Eagles win the Super Bowl with him in quarterback? Probably. Maybe. We don't really know. Dak Prescott. So Dak's going in good also. He kind of cracks under pressure down the stretch in games. You really saw that in the Buffalo game and Thanksgiving this year, or last season. I don't know if he really deserves elite tier money. That's going to be the main thing that Dallas is looking at this upcoming season, is that can he really put this team over the hump? Because Dallas was really underwhelming. Their roster talent was a lot better than their actual record. Can Dak maximize it? That's what we have to see still. I'm putting Daniel Jones in solid. He showed a lot of promise his rookie year. I absolutely hated the pick when the Giants took him at 6th overall. But I think in his rookie year, he was pretty good. He just has a lot of fumbling problems, just for say. But that's rookie mistakes. He'll probably get better at it. But as of right now, I think he's pretty solid. You got a nice piece to work with for the future. Derek Carr. Okay, so Derek Carr is a quarterback that I think he doesn't win you games, but he's not bad. He's a really weird situation because I don't think he's quality enough to actually make a team a lot better than it is. I do think the Raiders should move on from him, but I don't think he's bad. I'm going to put him in solid. Yeah, I think that's fair. Deshaun Watson, he's elite. I loved him coming out of Clemson. He was my QB1 that year. So I guess you could say I'm a really big fan of his. He's shown nothing but talent. I love Watson. He's going to get paid. He deserves it. He's just not best of the best for me. Drew Brees, he's elite. Really have seen him actually get winning teams as of late, but you've seen his talent level fall off a bit. His production is still there, but you do see his age catching up to him now. Drew Lock. Look, Drew Lock, in those 5 games he played, he was great. I really liked what I saw, and I really liked him coming out. But 5 games, and the hype for him is getting so out of hand, may I add. I'm going to put him in average, because we haven't seen a lot from him, and this could easily change very quick. Only a 5-game sample size really kind of turns me off a bit, but maybe when this list is more complete near the end, I'll move him up. But right now, I'm just going to put him in average just to be fair. Dwayne Haskins is going in average. He was kind of rough his rookie year. I do think he has promise. It's just that the Redskins sucked. I hope he puts it together, but I don't know, man. Gardner Minshew is going to be also going in average. I'm not a big Minshew guy. He was a great late round pick for the Jaguars, but he's not a franchise quarterback. I don't think he is. You could put him in for a couple of games. He can maybe win you some, but you don't want him as your starting quarterback for your franchise. Jacoby Brissett, he's also going in average. Same thing for Minshew. I don't really want him as my starting QB. He was kind of thrust in an unfortunate situation with the Colts last year. You know, Andrew Luck just retiring out of nowhere. So I don't blame him for being kind of underwhelming. He's not someone you want as your full-time starter. Jake Fromm's going in unproven. Jalen Hurts is also going in unproven. They haven't played a snap yet, and they're both going to be backups. And they're both a very different style of QBs from the ones that are in front of them, which I kind of find funny. Jameis Winston, he's going in average. He is very, very talented. But God, his decision-making is so annoying. He's a great backup. He's going to do great in New Orleans if he needs to play. He's probably the best in this average list, I'd say. You could probably argue Drew Lock is better, but I'm just having him down here because of the sample size. He's a fringe starter, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to have him in average. Jared Goff. Now, Jared Goff is kind of like Derek Carr. They're quarterbacks who I don't think they take you over the top, but I think they can not make you a lot worse. I don't think he's worth near the contract that he's getting, but he's not someone who's bad. Jarrett Stidham, he's also going in unproven. I know we saw him for like 1 series against the Jets, but come on, guys. He rarely played. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's going in solid. He can really well orchestrate the offense, but you saw in the Super Bowl that he really can't get you over the hump, if you get what I'm saying. San Francisco's defense really helped that team. And you saw at the end of that game, he really can't get up here. I think if you have one of these guys up here, that they win that game. Josh Allen. All right, guys. Here's the thing. Josh Allen, I'm not a huge fan of. Out of those 5 first-round quarterbacks in 2018, he was my least favorite. He's actually been pretty decent for the Bills, so I'm going to put him in solid. Josh Rosen, he's going in below average. I really loved Rosen coming out. He was my number 2 quarterback in the 2018 class, and I was definitely wrong about that. He's just been put in really terrible situations, and he just hasn't lived up to it. And then we have Kirk Cousins. He's going in good. Kirk had a fantastic season. I don't really need to say much more. He's definitely among these guys. Kyle Allen, I think he's below average. He actually did pretty decent with the Panthers at the start of when he took over for Cam. But then down the stretch in the season, you really saw him fell off and saw his true talent level. Kyler Murray, he's going in solid. I think he definitely has the potential to go up into this area. But as of right now, he's in solid. I can't really say he's better than anyone up here because he's been in the league for 1 year and it was on a bad team. But who knows? Maybe the Cardinals surprise some people this year. Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but I'm having him in elite. He's the top end of elite, though. I will say that. I just can't put him in best of the best because he hasn't won a playoff game yet. So, just take that as you will. I know he was an MVP in his 2nd year. That's ridiculous. But I can't put him up here. I just can't yet. Marcus Mariota, he's below average. It really sucks to see how Marcus's career has gone. Just injury riddled, and then Ryan Tannehill takes over and just steals his starting job. Mason Rudolph, you're going in bad. He sucks. Moving on. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's going in good. He is so underrated by people. I mean, Matt Ryan was playing like an MVP in 2018. No one really looks at how good his numbers were that year. They were ridiculous. But now, the Falcons have kind of been stuck in mediocre territory the past couple of years since they've been to the Super Bowl. So he's kind of been forgotten about. Matt Stafford, the same thing. He's going in good. He is so underrated, just like Matt Ryan. I love Stafford. He's got so much talent. He actually got the Lions some wins early on. Matt Stafford is a fantastic quarterback. He's just for a shitty organization. Mitchell Trubisky, you're in below average. You're a bust. I have no idea why the Bears thought taking you at number 2 overall was a good idea. But ever since Nick Foles came in, you're done for. And then, speak of the devil, we have Nick Foles. And, I'm going to put him in average. Last year, he's down here. But I think he's average now. You saw him really play well with the Eagles in those 2 playoff runs. But, yeah, I'm going to put him in average for right now. I think he's better than Trubisky. And I think he'll ultimately get the starting job eventually because they traded a 4th-round pick for him. They're planning on starting him at some point unless Trubisky just blows us out of the water out of nowhere. But he'll go in average. Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. Best of the best. No, if you disagree, you need help. Phillip Rivers. Where should I put Phillip Rivers? He's like right here. I'm gonna put him in solid. Yeah. Solid, I think's alright. He's kind of teetering between these two, but I'm going to put him in solid because I would take him over pretty much everyone in the average tier. RG3. Oh, man. I remember RG3. He's going in below average. He actually won the Ravens a game against the Steelers. Russell Wilson, also in best of the best. If you don't have Mahomes and Wilson as your 1 and 2, I don't know what to tell you. Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going in average. Not someone you want as your full starter. The Dolphins were obviously tanking. Ryan Tannehill, he's also going in solid. He's kind of the same case as Jimmy Garoppolo, where a really nice manager, but his actual raw talent level can't really win you games. Sam Darnold is also going in solid. I don't understand the hate Sam Darnold gets. He is so talented, but he was very good last year for the Jets at the end of the season. I think he's definitely better than Josh Allen right now. But yeah, Sam Darnold is getting really underrated. I think he's just had a god-awful offense around him. You actually get him an offensive line and some weapons, this kid can feast. Taysom Hill, you're bad. You're bad. The Saints are saying that he's going to be their starter for the future after Brees. No. They signed Jameis for a reason. Because they know Hill isn't going to be a starter. Teddy Bridgewater also is going in solid. I think a very nice player. I'm not very high on Carolina this year, but if you put him in, he could definitely manage your offense and play very well. Teddy's definitely a starter in this league. Tom Brady is going to go in good. I think his actual ability as a quarterback has fallen off. And I definitely would take guys in here over him for the future. Brady is just such a smart player. I really want to see how it goes with him and Bruce Arians in Tampa. That's going to be so interesting to see. I want to know how that offense is going to work. Tua Tagovailoa is going in unproven. And then, why are we ending on Tyrod? Why? That is the worst player to end on. He's average. I think he's a quality backup. He can win you some games if you put him in for a short period of time over a season, but you don't want him as your starter in this league. So looking over this list, if I was gonna finalize or change anything, I'm mainly looking at Josh Allen, Derek Carr, and Drew Lock. I'm gonna leave Allen up here because the Bills have actually been successful with him. Though their offense hasn't been amazing, they've still been successful. Derek Carr, I might move down to average because the Raiders don't really win games with him. But I think you can have him as their starting quarterback. But you want to upgrade from him. So yeah, I think I might move Derek Carr down one. Yeah. And then Drew Lock, I'm not going to put in solid yet because of the small sample size. But I think he definitely can be up here very quickly if he plays a little more. But yeah, I think this is the final list. I think it's pretty fair. I like this list. I'm pretty comfortable with it.